And we'll first start by a few definitions. The first one will be, I think this doesn't look like the last one I had. Let me just check. I seem to have opened the wrong one, because I see something missing there. Just excuse me for that. Just a second, please. I'm not sure which. Okay, so some definitions, sorry for that. So culture is, we start with culture, which is an integrated pattern of human behavior that includes thoughts, communications, actions, customs, beliefs, values, and institutions of racial, ethnic, or tribal, religious, or social group. So culture is part of us. The way I think is influenced by my culture. So culture, what we do has a lot to do with our culture. In the context of consecrated life, culture may consist of our daily routines, periods of prayer, community meetings, meals, apostolic activities, etc. So all those can be considered to be part of our culture as religious.
Sorry, Sister Sabina, the PowerPoint is not showing, it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me see. I don't know what happened. Let me see again. What about now?
Yes. Okay.
No, it's okay, yeah? Okay, so as I had said, culture is an integrated part of human behavior that includes thoughts, communications, actions, customs, beliefs, values, and institutions of racial, ethnic, or tribal, religious, and social group. In the context of our consecrated life, culture may include our daily routines, periods of prayer, community meetings, meals, apostolic activities, etc. So all that we do is part of our culture as religious women. Culture also includes differences in language. We could also talk about years of profession. Now, what did I do? So when we can also talk about the years of profession and all the differences that exist among us, all those are part of culture. We could also talk about education, personality differences, abilities, disability, health, family, social status, social and economic status. All those are part of culture. Our involvement in this is influenced by the traditional culture within which we grew up. So the way we've grown up, we've carried a lot from where we grew up and the people who brought us. and the schools that we went to, or church and other institutions. Intercultural refers to the act of understanding the values and behaviors and culture, beliefs and culture of other people, and being able to communicate and collaborate with people from multiple cultures. So intercultural means we are bringing together different cultures, and there's some understanding of the other people's beliefs, values, and behavior. Interculturalism as its goal, innovation, that is bringing new things, inclusion, that is having everybody included, and friendship, and it implies interaction. So when we talk about interculturalism, we are talking of people interacting and doing things together. Interculturalism, so implies interaction. It is a call to make a conscious effort to be able to understand the differences among us and to accept the richness that each one brings with them to make our congregations, institutes, and communities environments where each individual feels accepted and empowered to grow towards self-actualization. Cultural institution is, I think, so that's intercultural culture. Now, cultural insulation is the opposite of intercultural, and it limits an individual's worldview to only what they know. So people only limit themselves to what they know, what they learned from their families and cultural setup. One may be afraid to take a step away from the familiar to the unknown, and this prevents them from opening up to listen, to understand, and to appreciate others who are different from them. So somebody who has insulated themselves is like they've closed themselves and they do not want to open up and to listen and understand other people who are different from them. Interculturality is the existence and equitable interaction. So people interact equitably or in equal measures of diverse cultures and the possibility of generating shared cultural expressions. So as people come together through dialogue and mutual respect and listening to one another, they might be able to come up with shared values, shared cultural expressions, and be able to live together in a new way. The love of Christ has brought us together as religious from different cultures to follow him by living the gospel. We understand Christ's teaching through the lens of our personal cultural backgrounds, the beliefs and the practices that have been passed on to us through our families, friends, and institutions. So we understand Christianity through what we already had before we became Christians. Each contributes towards the new culture we build through the open interaction of different cultures in practicing the Christian teaching, its beliefs, values, and norms. And therefore, this is interculturality. So when we come together, we share our culture, our beliefs, our values, and live the Christian values or the Christian culture, then this is interculturality that we are practicing. The African adage, I am because we are, and because we are, therefore I am, conveys deep meaning for the value of connectedness. We are all connected as humans, and we need one another. It acknowledges the contribution that each individual can make from the richness of their uniqueness towards the well-being of other members of the community. So each one By our being unique, we have rich cultures that we can contribute to the well-being of others. And as we know that nobody belongs to themselves. Nobody exists for ourselves. We exist for other people. So we can use the strengths, the uniqueness that we have, those riches, the richness of our cultures to serve each other. We live in diverse environments. Communities of consecrated life have opened doors to individuals from diverse cultures as members and serve in diverse cultural settings. So interculturation is important for us because we interact with people from different cultures. Self-awareness is the knowledge of self. Okay, so self-awareness is the knowledge of self, one's personality, cultural values, beliefs, prejudices, stereotypes, and it is necessary for consecrated persons to be able to build intercultural communities. So for us to be able to build intercultural communities, for us to be able to understand, to listen, and to live with each other amicably, each one of us needs to know ourselves, our personality, our cultural values from where we come from, our beliefs. We also need to know the prejudices and the stereotypes that we have of other people who are different from us. Leaders at all levels are called to be self-aware and to promote this awareness among members. Self-awareness is possible, makes it possible for one to self-examine and make a conscious choice to put aside stereotypes, prejudices, and to genuinely acknowledge the other person as she or he truly is with their values and beliefs. Self-awareness leads to the awareness of the other person and a conscious awareness of the I am in each person. Remember, we are created in the image of God and God is in each one of us. So I am, or who is God, is present in each one of us. And all the time we meet each other, we introduce ourselves as I am so and so. Therefore, we reflect God in us when we introduce ourselves. And God is the core in each one of us. And that is from Exodus, it's also there in John. And as we say, I am so and so, do we really, or are we conscious of what we are saying? Because we are using God's name as we introduce ourselves. Do we recognize and honor God in the other person, regardless of their differences from us? Now, this is the level of our being at which we are called to connect and relate with each other as Christians, as people carrying God within us, as people in the image of God. So we will relate with each other at that level, but not at the level of our cultural differences. And that is the call for us as Christians. Pope Francis draws our attention to God who travels the paths of history and shares in the life of humanity. This is from Synodality. He further states that it is time to look at others in the eye and listen to what they have to say, to build rapport, to be sensitive to the questions of our sisters and brothers, to let ourselves be enriched by the variety of charisms, vocations, and missions. So that is from the Synodal Church. And this is what we are called to as interculturality. So this is a call to interculturality. Interculturality calls for courage to put aside our fears and to take up our cross daily to follow Jesus by opening up our cultural selves for the love of the different other, in the same way Jesus took our human nature and died on the cross for love of us, despite our differences and weaknesses. So as followers of Christ, we are called to also embrace others as Jesus embraced us. It is noteworthy looking back after choosing to become Jesus' disciples. Our hands are on the plow. Let us do a good job worthy of the kingdom of God. So this is our call as Christians to live beyond our different cultures, beyond our differences as Christians, as people in the image of God, as people who have Jesus within us. Now, leadership, we go to leadership. Leadership is a service that propels a group of people towards, or animates a group of people towards achieving a certain goal or purpose. A leader may be elected, nominated, or emerge among the people because they have demonstrated leadership qualities in their lives as individuals and in a relationship with other people. Now, before we lead other people, we all are leaders to ourselves. Each one is a leader to themselves. I'm a leader to myself because I need to control my life. I need to decide about my life. Therefore, we start by leading ourselves. Then in relationship with others, we are also recognized as leaders. Therefore, an intercultural leader continuously learns about other cultures in order to understand and relate well with those who are different from them. Intercultural leaders are still struggling with their cultural limitations. They are not perfect. They still have their cultural limitations, which they are still working with, but are continuously striving to practice interculturality. They are continuously aware of their beliefs, values, biases, and prejudices, and are careful not to impose these on others, nor allow these values, biases, and stereotypes to influence relationships with others. So they are able to go beyond this, even though sometimes they might have some difficulties. They are aware that no culture is superior to another, and that cultures are, but just different. They are just different, but they are all the same. Now, qualities of intercultural leaders. The first one is prayer. Now, prayer is the source of strength and inspiration for leaders in consecrated life. Genuine intercultural leadership is that which comes from the constant communication with the order of all leadership, and this is God, who embraces all cultures. Pope Francis assures that everything changes once we are capable of genuine encounters with God. So once we go to prayer, then God will make it possible for us to lead as He would want us to lead, because He will give us the grace to do so. So everything changes once we are capable of genuine encounters with Him and with one another, without formalism or pretense, but simply as we are. That's from the Synodal Church. A Christian leader is anchored in the unconditional love of God and is guided by the Holy Spirit. Prayer is necessary in the life of an intercultural leader in consecrated life. Father Bowman's son in 2014 said he was giving, he was talking to his community, and this is what he said in his paper: the quality of my leadership depends on the quality of my inner life. And remember, our inner life depends on prayer. In other words, leadership to oneself precedes leadership to others, or inner leadership precedes outer leadership. As the saying goes, you don't give what you don't have. Any leader interested in his or her growth must regularly do a kind of leadership audit. That is, to go deep within oneself and to reflect on one's strengths and weaknesses as a leader. So self-reflection and prayer are very important. Communication is another aspect of leadership, and it is central among members of any given organization. Verbal and non-verbal communication are very important. Personal space is also very important, and these are ways of communication. So if I keep distance, or if I get very close to people, or if I talk or keep quiet, all that is communication. And the differences need to be observed, because sometimes the way we communicate depends on our cultural backgrounds. Therefore, we need to acknowledge people and as we interact with them and respect their way of communication. Communication is a two-way process, and even when the person to whom it is directed does not respond verbally, there's always a response. Human beings are always communicating. We respond as soon as we perceive the other person. So we are always communicating. It is necessary for all of us to continually be aware of what it is that we communicate to others and what others may perceive from our communication with them. Leaders can facilitate smooth communication with and among the members and encourage free expression of views for better understanding and for member contribution in building intercultural communities. Because from some cultures, people may not volunteer to speak. Therefore, leaders need to invite them to talk so that they are acknowledged and understand different cultures so that they may be able to understand how different people might communicate. Listening is another important quality, and listening and communication are inseparable. Mutual listening to each other is necessary whenever people interact or live together. As much as leaders expect those they lead to listen to them, they also need to listen to those they lead with empathy. Empathy calls us to try, and we talk of putting the shoe of the other person, trying to understand what the other person is going through. So a leader who uses empathy or listens with empathy and an open heart and in-depth understanding is going to help the members very much. Listening that goes beyond the verbal content helps members to know and appreciate others or each other as they live and work together. When two people are in a dialogue, there are three conversations going on. So there's what they are talking about. There's the common conversation, but each of them is thinking. So as we talk right now, each one is thinking. I'm also thinking, therefore, we have three different conversations going on. And the third one is about relationship. So as we talk and listen to each other, I'm kind of wondering, how are we relating? What am I communicating? Is the other person listening? Are they understanding? Listening attentively, understanding and acceptance that go beyond cultural and personal differences are ways to express appreciation of each other. So when we listen to one another, we are accepting and appreciating the other. Giving the other an opportunity to talk and listening to them is important, or else we discourage the other from sharing their life stories. Listening is valuing the other person. Each person involved in a conversation brings with them values, different experiences, desires, and fears, which they have acquired. So sometimes when we are with other people, they bring with them their culture and we are interacting with them. They are bringing with them their families, their schools, their institutions, their peers, and we need to be aware as we interact with other people. An intercultural leader needs to hear these different voices through the verbal and non-verbal cues or communication in conversations. A leader who listens with empathy promotes acceptance and understanding and encourages change where it is necessary. Now, a person who feels understood and empathized with will be able to also listen. And therefore, if you correct me and I know you've really understood me, then I will also be able to listen. And if I need to make corrections, then I will correct. But if I feel like you don't understand me, then I might feel like you are attacking me because we do not understand each other. Therefore, we need to listen to each other with empathy. So empathic listening promotes healing. So if somebody feels understood, accepted, then they'll feel healed if they have any wounds or any things that they are holding to themselves. Fear of those in authority, for example, is a common phenomenon, and leaders who are available to members at their individual levels and honestly listens to them without judgment are able to understand and help the individual to deal with fear. And this can facilitate healing. So fear is just one of the examples. People have many hearts and they need to be listened to so that they can be healed. Through education, workshops, and seminars, a leader can empower members with the necessary intercultural skills like communication, listening, problem solving, awareness, mindful practices, etc., for living together and giving service to diverse populations in their apostolic works. Inclusivity is the other quality, and when everybody is involved in making decisions, they feel like they are part of the community, they are part of the decisions that are made, and they participate in the implementation. And when people contribute, they also feel appreciated for being accepted, for their contribution being accepted and acknowledged, and this motivates them to do well or to do better towards accomplishing institutional goals. And this also makes the work of the leaders easier. Delegation is the other quality, and the allocation of this is the allocation of responsibilities to members in the service of leadership. And so the leader is the one who delegates responsibilities to members according to their abilities and what they're able to do. And by so doing, they promote the growth of the individual and the community because both are contributing. The leader develops the talents of the members and shares responsibility to each according to their abilities. Now, when one is entrusted with responsibilities, they are encouraged to give their best because they have a sense of belonging. Mindful practices increase self-awareness of the leader and appreciation of cultural diversity. Then compassion for self and compassion for others can also be promoted through mindful practices. And with that, I come now. What is this? Something changed. Okay, so with that, in conclusion, interculturality is a call and a challenge. So we are called to live interculturally, but it's not easy. It's not an easy thing for all of us. It is not, but we can give it our best in the same way we have chosen to commit our lives in different challenges, but worthy endeavors in our lives as Christians. Today's gospel was about, may they be one, so may he who prayed that they may all be one, as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be in us. May he grant us the grace we need for intercultural living. And with that, thank you for listening. These are references. Thank you. We say asanteni in Kiswahili. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Asante.
Yes.
So I didn't, so I guess there's some time for interaction, sister.
Yes, yes. So any
Okay.
comments or questions? If you have any questions or comments, you can just unmute yourself and then you can start.
Can I stop screen share? Or...
Okay, the Marian Hill Sisters, the convent.
Declare, and I have a comment rather than a question.
Okay, so
I found it very beautiful, that top sentence in Zulu Ubuntu. I am because we are, and because we are, therefore I am. And that the togetherness of the I am and the belonging and the way that has been brought together as a value, the individual and the group. And I found that that was very important. Thank you.
Thank you, sister, for the presentation. I think the presentation was very clear and straightforward to the point, and I appreciate the way you presented on the qualities of a leader. And you also tried to connect with the synodality. Thank you for the presentation.
Welcome, sister. So I hope, so that means we are done, eh?
now, sister, maybe there is a slide you mentioned about the audit, you know, like when the
okay,
leaders
okay,
also.
okay.
Can you just maybe give a little more explanation about that? Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot which slides it is.
Also leadership. That you cannot give what you have got.
Oh, hello.
Yes, sis.
Okay, I thought I was out. Let
Yeah,
me
no.
share it. Let me share it on the screen. Sorry.
I think you can share the video. It's okay.
Yeah. So this is what we are talking about, mindfulness. So this is an example.
Does it play on your screen, sis?
Yeah, you are not seeing it?
No, no.
Okay, let me try again.
Also, you need to tick the little box underneath, say share sound.
Okay. I don't. Is that one shared now?
Yes, okay, you can put your volume.
Okay.
There's no sound, sister.
Sister, do you have it? Can you do it from there? Because I don't know why you are not hearing.
I can't open it because I'm recording. That's a problem.
Oh. Because I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know why it is not being heard.
Did you click the little box say share sound when you share screen?
Where is that? Where is it? I can't see that one.
You stop share now, sister, and then you open the share screen.
Okay, I've stopped.
Yeah. Then you open the share screen, the little green button underneath. When you click it,
So
there's a little box at the bottom says share sound.
Yeah.
Then we can hear.
can you hear now?
No.
This is, I don't know why this, I cannot see that one.
Okay, you can play it now. See.
Can you hear now?
No.
You can't hear? I cannot see that one. I don't know why. I cannot, I don't see the voice thing.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I don't see the voice. Maybe you can send the sisters to listen to them by themselves.
Okay. Yeah. When I share the recording, I will share the video.
Oh,
as
I've
well.
seen, I think I've seen share sound. Let's see here. Let's see.
You play the video.
Okay, let's see if you hear. Now, if you don't
Empathy and compassion
Yes,
are
yes.
pro-social behaviors.
But no
They can
screen.
help us to connect with those around
hear,
us
can you hear now?
in a more
Yes,
deeper,
but the screen,
meaningful
the
way.
video.
Through practice, we can see similarities and tune into common
Maybe
humanity
we just listen
that
to
we
the voice
share with
because
others
the video does not
despite
change.
the differences.
At least we can now hear.
We can hold others in awareness and allow good wishes to arise. In doing so, we strengthen our perception of equality and the habit of kindness. And so, in coming to practice this guided meditation, just start by taking up a comfortable seated position, perhaps closing your eyes and bringing your awareness to your breath. When you feel ready to, I invite you to bring to mind a loved one. This may be a child, a partner, or a dear friend. As you hold this person in awareness, just notice how you feel. Perhaps there's a smile that emerges across the face, a sense of warmth in the area of the chest and the heart, or a general openness within the body. Holding this person in your mind's eye, allow these words to become your words. This is another human being, just like me. This is a person who has in their lifetime experienced anxieties, fears, uncertainties and struggles, just like me. This is a person who has experienced moments of joy, happiness, excitement and love, just like me. This is a person with hopes and dreams, just like me. And this is a person who navigates a whole range of human experiences and emotions, just like me. Continuing to hold this person in awareness, allowing some good wishes to arise. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life and may you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And when you're ready to, letting go of this person in your mind's eye as you shift your awareness to someone neutral, a weak tie, so to speak. Someone in your network who's not directly part of your close circle, but you're aware of. This might be the barista who serves you coffee, the postman, or a colleague or co-worker who works in the same institution as you. Holding this person in awareness as you allow these words to become your words. This is another human being, just like me. This is a person who has in their lifetime experienced anxieties and fears, uncertainties and struggles, just like me. This is a person who has experienced moments of joy, happiness, excitement and love, just like me. This is a person with hopes and dreams, just like me. And this is a person who navigates a whole range of human experiences and emotions, just like me. Continuing to hold this person in awareness, allowing some good wishes to arise for them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life and may you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And when you're ready to, letting go of this person as well, as you shift to bring into awareness someone who perhaps you're having some difficulty with. This might be a colleague that you don't necessarily see eye to eye with, or perhaps a loved one or a friend who you've had a recent disagreement with. As you bring this person to mind, putting aside for a moment the difficulty, the disconnection, the conflict or disagreement, and connecting with common humanity, as you allow these words to become your words. This is another human being, just like me. This is a person who has in their lifetime experienced anxieties, fears, uncertainties and struggles, just like me. This is a person who has experienced moments of joy, happiness, excitement and love, just like me. This is a person with hopes and dreams, just like me. This is a person who navigates a whole range of human emotion and experience, just like me. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life and may you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And now coming to consider extending these wishes out more widely and further, holding in awareness as best you can your wider circle of family and friends and colleagues, and extending even further to consider the human beings you know and those that you don't know, and completing this circle by including yourself, holding yourself in awareness as well. As you allow these words to become your words. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we ride the waves of our lives, and may we live in peace, no matter what we are given. And when you feel ready to, letting go of your empathy and compassion practice, shifting your attention back to the breath and the body as it is in this moment. I thank you for taking time to practice, and I wish you well.
Is there any other comments or questions?
There are two sisters who have written that they just say thank you, and I appreciate. So thank you for your acknowledgement.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, sister. Oh, Marion Hill Convent, sister.
Yes, thank you very much for all the input. It was a bit fast, I would have liked to read it, but it says very much what my line is when I say, Jesus, in Jesus, everything comes together. And thank you very much for all this. And I hope it brings fruit.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Yes, someone comment about the self-awareness. Yeah, this is important also as leaders, but also, yes, when to practice each and every day of our lives, that self-awareness, because we like our culture is forever changing, so ourselves also forever changing, so we forever discovering our true self. And yes, sister, I will send the video as well, so if you have time you can also take a look at your own time, and also practice that mindfulness. Thank you.
Yes, so you can make the PowerPoint and the video available to them. And thank you so much, sisters. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thanks so much, Sister Sabina, for really offering us this time, and really we enjoy the presentation, and a lot to learn and a lot to practice in our daily living, in our interculturality community, interculturality and leadership. So
it's a journey we have to grow in, so we keep trying.
Yes, absolutely. So members, we hope that we will continue to organize other workshops, could be maybe toward the end of the year. We will meet with the team and we will come back to you just to notify you. There are a few things that we would like to also bring in. Interculturality and personality is one of the aspects, and interculturality in African context. So there's also something that we will look at. So we will inform you and let you know when the workshops will be. So in the meantime, we wish each other a very peaceful and sweet dreams tonight. and also hope to see you again in other workshops from different topics organized by the LCCLSA. So once again, thank you for your participation and for your time to join us, and we wish each other happy on our journey and healthy and holy. God bless you all, and I will send you the recording and also the presentation and the video, hopefully by tomorrow. Thank you. And
Thank you
God bless.
so much, sister. Thank you.
Okay, God bless.
God bless. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bongga.
Thank you.
Siabongga, Sister Tao and
Okay.
Sister Sabina.
All right. Thanks. God bless.